All right, my friends, this armchair freaking price suggestion stuff for AMD shit really has to end. I see this from all of the major content creators all the time. You know, obviously, you know, I made the video about hardware unboxed last night. And, you know, I look at myself like I still kind of represent I gotta go buy a GPU. Or I have to pay for it, I have to stress and have anxiety, I have to deal with scalpers. I still represent that level of gamer when it comes to buying GPUs. I'm still in the market. I'm still, like, AMD don't send me free GPUs, NVIDIA doesn't send me free GPUs. And Steve, you know, had the audacity to say that what he said to me on Twitter last night, he said something like, oh, maybe your channel is just not, something about my channel being relevant enough to get free 5090s. I'm like, dude, that's not even the point. Like, I don't care. I don't even want a 90 series GPU. Like I've said in the video the other day, like, I feel like I'm getting out of touch with the gamers that watch the channel too, just having a 90 or 7900 XTX. Why do you think I'm actually kind of excited to be going back down to 5070 Ti and 9070 XT? Because that way I'm bringing myself down a little bit closer to, you know, where the main majority of gamers are. Like the 5090, man, that's representing 2% of PC gamers that can afford that. What's the point? What's the point? You know, you spend $2,000 for a GPU to get 30 frames at native 4K on Cyberpunk with all of the stuff maxed out. It's just not even worth the headache. And then to have to deal with, you know, the potential of your power supply or your plug melting. No, man, it's just not even worth it. Like, it's not worth the headache that comes with buying a product at that level. They're untested. They're freaking. They just put them together as quick as they can and ship them out the door. And it's like, no, man. If I want to buy a product that's gonna be stable for a while, like, I want to be able to utilize that product, and then when time comes that I upgrade, be able to trade it out or sell it off so that I can utilize that money. These reviewers, my friends, have grown so far out of touch with gaming. It's like everybody already looks down on AMD just because they always have. Like it's easy for people to just throw pot shots at another brand when they don't meet or exceed the expectations or performance that the other brand that's on top does. If we look, I mean, seriously, if we honestly look back across the 40 series GPUs versus the RDNA 3 stack, if we look back, we can easily see that every freaking price point except the 4090 had a competitive card from AMD, sometimes two competitive cards for each one of those cards. 7900 GRE and XT easily sandwiched the 4070 Super Ti, and easily freaking kept at the heels of a 4080 and a 4080 Super. The XTX, it is way too, you know, I see people saying that, like, oh, I see all their little things, and I see, like, sometimes I'll have the 4080 Super like a couple points ahead, or sometimes I'll have the 7900 XTX like 5% ahead or something. When I did my testing of those two cards, and I mean, even Spratty put out a video of Assassin's Creed Odyssey showing that the XTX was a lot more ahead. The games that I play, when I'm testing that 7900 XTX versus the 4080 Super, it was noticeable that I was like, yeah, the XTX is just better overall. Like, why even keep the 4080 Super? Now that I have two builds, in hindsight, if I would have just waited until I put together a second build and kept that 4080 Super, we wouldn't even be in the boat we're in right now. I don't even think I would be. I don't know. I don't know where I'd be. You know, things just move so fast when you're a content creator and you're putting out so much money that like you're like, oh man, I need to get that, I need to claw that back so that I can put it into this. And because that first couple of years, man, everything I put into this channel I just kept, and so now it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to sell stuff, but I also don't want to be out of touch with the other freaking creators out there, man. That's why I have no problem just buying the 2 cards that I want to freaking review for the next couple of years. I don't want to be out of touch. But I'm going to tell you guys straight up, I personally, if 9070 XT can meet or exceed 4080 Super power, ray tracing, whatever, maybe, you know, like FSR4, upscaling, whatever, if it can beat that card, that level of card, or even the 7900 XTX, it, at least in some of those metrics, okay, clearly the upscaler is going to be a big win for the AMD GPU. Obviously, having something akin to DLSS is absolutely going to be a bonus. If ray tracing is better, you know, significantly better, gives you a better, you know, chance at playing like some of these path trace games and stuff like that. That's another win, definitely in AMD's favor. And if RAS to power is on par with XTX or 4080 Super, I don't have a problem with AMD making MSRP $699. Okay, I don't. I really don't. $50 cheaper than 47 or 5070 Ti Super. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Now, everybody in the community out there is like, oh man, that's just suicide for AMD. No. Okay, I mean, if AMD's CPUs and data center and all of that stuff were doing poorly too, and AMD wasn't gaining market share or mind share with their CPU brand, then I could 100%, then I literally would 100% agree that, like, yeah, AMD just needs to be cheaper. There's no market share, there's no mind share. But we're at an age right now that this whole RDNA 4 generation, AMD could literally price $699, $599, $499, $399 down that stack. Well, depending on how cut down 9060 and 9060 XT are, you know, I think they should, you know, try to do something with 9060 that's like $299. Good, start from $299 and then, you know, maybe jump it up depending on that or whatever. But they need to find a way to be able to just hold their prices. I think that is more important. And if CPU and data center and all of the AI stuff, like, I mean, we still got like their APUs and stuff, like Strix Halo, that thing's an absolute monster. Like 4070 power in a freaking APU, that is a monster. Okay, like AMD has a lot going for it that it's building mind share with, a lot that they're building, you know, market share with, that RDNA 4 just isn't as important to try to force that, like, to take major cuts anymore. Like they don't need to take cuts anymore. They just need to have a solid product so that when you do get fed up with NVIDIA and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna give AMD a try. It's $50 cheaper, like whatever, dude. I'm so sick and tired of, you know, it's $50 cheaper than the MSRP, but it's like $400 cheaper than the ridiculous overmarked prices that NVIDIA has. They just need to have a solid product that somebody can buy, because that's what happened with me. I was getting fed up with PC gaming and NVIDIA in general, like after only being in it for like maybe a year. And I looked over the fence and I'm like, all right, let's do it. Yeah. And I bought AMD, and like here we are now, 20 months later. I'm like, damn, AMD is freaking awesome. So when I listen to these guys always telling everybody that, hey man, AMD needs to be, they need to be like $150 cheaper, and they need to, no. As soon as these guys actually build a GPU company, start making GPUs and take market share from NVIDIA, then maybe I would take them more seriously. But seeing as the only thing they've created is YouTube channels, man, like I get that creating a YouTube channel is hard. Like, first of all, it is. Like, it is tough. But yeah, guys, I look at this from a point of view that, like, hey guys, I actually like AMD. I'm excited about AMD. I can't wait to show you the 9070 XT when I get my patty cakes on it. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see what AMD is bringing to the future. Yeah, dude, all of us would love $500 graphics cards, for real, like $400, $300 even. Like, we would love that. I mean, as a consumer, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I want to only pay like $300 for 4080 power and be able to enjoy gaming for the next couple of years? Like 4080 Super, 4080 power, 7900 XTX power is actually pretty awesome. I absolutely still believe that that is worth $700. To me, as a paying customer, somebody that's not getting anything free, I would absolutely pay $699 for that card. Like, I literally just paid $1,200 yesterday for 5070 Ti that potentially is missing ROPs. And, you know, here we are, man. Here we are. I still, you know, honestly, guys, after looking at the reviews and seeing the performance of 5070 Ti, I was willing to pay $1,000 for that. I'm still willing to pay $1,000 for 7900 XTX power. That's just the thing. Like, I was willing to pay that. I really did want like an MSI Trio or like a higher end Asus card, but I got what I could get, and I should have held out maybe longer, but I need that card for day one freaking comparisons between 5070 Ti and 9070 XT. Like, I just have to have it so that I'm ready, so that I can start making content this generation. And yes, I don't have an issue with NVIDIA no more. I figured out the whole 10-bit thing that fixed my color, that fixed DLSS for me. It looks incredible. We'll get the 5070 Ti in there. We'll start testing that, and then we'll throw the 9070 XT into my AMD build over here. And like, we'll go through the generation. And yes, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. My goal this generation is to help AMD build mindshare, market share. My goal is to show you the AMD experience the best I can. The best, it's exciting to me. It's exciting to me. I like AMD. I love the Adrenaline software. I think it's absolutely incredible. You guys have seen my recordings from using the Shadow Play from AMD. They come out looking very, very nice. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, there's some things with AMD I would like to see. I would definitely like to have support for art HDR recording in Shadow Play. That'd be incredible. NVIDIA has it. Sometimes it works good on NVIDIA, sometimes it just doesn't. But yeah, there's so many different things, there's so many different avenues that AMD could like literally focus that attention on. So my advice to AMD is, hey guys, whatever you think your card is worth, whatever you think your hard work and your everything is worth, put it out there. Put it out there. See how, I mean, you've got Ryzen, you've got everything else. I don't necessarily think the GPU market is in a major hurry to try to gain market share at this point right now. I think just having a solid product out there that is going to 100% be competitive and deliver an AMD experience to the people that buy that card, that's all that you need to worry about. That's it. Just make the AMD Adrenaline and AMD experience incredible. Make Radeon absolutely incredible. The features that are built for gamers, that gamers are going to appreciate. Like, make that your ethos and your goal, and they'll sell. They will sell. When it comes to NVIDIA, I don't know, NVIDIA. I mean, like, you guys got a huge chip on your shoulder, and I mean, it's well deserved. Don't get me wrong. Like, DLSS and all of these ray tracing features and stuff like that, they are absolutely incredible, and there's no denying that. But I think you're charging way too much for what up till now has essentially been they've essentially been freaking tech demos, to be completely honest with you. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, DLSS has gotten better with every iteration, but I mean, I look back at my early days with the 30 series and seeing like the ghosting and the stuff falling apart and stuff, and everybody yelling at me in all caps that it was better than FSR. And I'm like looking at FSR and I'm looking at DLSS and I'm like, okay, it's sharper. I mean, whatever. But to me, upscalers have always just kind of been that thing where it's like, I'll use it if I have to, but I don't set out to use it, so I don't necessarily put as much emphasis into that technology. But it's seeing as we're seeing as developers and gaming in general is kind of starting to rely on it. And this is still only true if I'm trying to play at 4K. If I'm trying to play at 4K and the performance isn't acceptable to me when I'm playing that, I automatically will turn on the quality setting. Okay, and if I can't play it at the quality setting, then it's like, oh man, I don't know. But now DLSS 4 has definitely made it a lot easier to come down to performance mode and still get a decent 4K image. So when I'm utilizing like PS5 Pro on 4K, yeah, DLSS performance is 100% more than acceptable for that, and absolutely actually looks pretty dang good. So I would like to see FSR 4 be able to compete at that level with being able to upscale performance mode. I do, because the only reason I say that is because right now I'm playing on a 4070 Super and utilizing performance mode in a game like Horizon Forbidden West or Horizon Zero Dawn is delivering me like an 80 FPS experience. And you know, I am using frame generation with that too. And you know, for a single player game with frame generation, not necessarily horrible. I mean, it does feel pretty console level, but obviously, you know, you're getting, you know, you're getting a playable experience. So I do like the fact that these technologies are allowing people to push past, you know, what they should be. You know, I mean, if you're on a 4070 Super, you should be on a 1080p to 1440p monitor, theoretically, to get the best overall experience. But to have that ability to push to 4K and still have a playable, good-looking experience, I like that. I do like that, and I am going to put a little bit more emphasis on that kind of stuff going forward in the channel, just because I think I think that, you know, trying to be against the grain on that going forward is just kind of stupid, and you know, a lot of people really like DLSS, people like FSR, stuff like that, you know, so it's like they like the upscaling as long as it allows them to play. And you know, I look at, you know, some of the gamers that I work with, and I talk to them, and most of these guys, bro, they do not care about the stuff that we're talking about here on this channel, man. They don't care. And it's kind of cool to be able to work with other gamers that just aren't in the everyday freaking, oh my gosh. It's kind of like, it kind of like wakes you up a little bit, you know, because I get in my head a lot over the conversation that we have here in the comment section and on the channel. And then I go and I work with other gamers that are real gamers that are like, yeah, man, I got, you know, a 3060 Ti and it's freaking awesome, or I'm rocking this and that, and you know, I'm still on my Xbox One S or Series S, and like we're talking, and we're talking about the experience, and like none of them ever mentioned shimmering or anything. Like nobody ever mentions this, and it's crazy to think that like you get online and the whole conversation just turns to, it's like everybody just wants to bash the other product that they didn't buy, period. And obviously making a channel and talking about a product that you like essentially is bashing another product that you don't like. And so it's like, dang, man, one day I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to 100% just cover products without sounding biased. I don't know, man. Like, that's dumb. I like my AMD. You should like AMD too. No, I'm just joking. So yeah, guys, my whole intention wasn't to like really like try to start like some war with me and Hardware Unboxed, because I do like Steve and freaking Tim. They're not bad people. I really get tired of how they talk about AMD while, yeah, dude, like, come on, guys, come on, stop telling AMD how to price their shit, okay? Stop telling them. And you know what? I would be fine with you guys telling AMD how to price their stuff if you quit covering NVIDIA products when they clearly are ridiculously priced. Like be like, oh wait, $2,000 for a 5090? Yeah, we're not even going to cover that card. Or $1,500 for a 5080? No, we're not even going to cover that. That's just retarded. That's dumb. But you won't do that. Why? Because you freaking depend on YouTube for your income. And I get it. Like, I get it. But quit telling AMD how to price their products. Unless you're going to start giving AMD like fair freaking coverage, you know, covering AMD as much as you cover freaking NVIDIA products. I want to see multiple freaking, how many 7900 XTX videos do you guys got out there, man? Like, you guys should have been re-reviewing that every time we got a freaking update, man, because this card has gotten freaking so good. It's so incredible. Yeah, why is it I only see the AMD stuff in like your little bench? Like, yeah, come on, man. I want to see better representation of AMD out of you guys if you're going to sit here and tell AMD how to price their cards. I think it's ridiculous, man. Like, my channel's too small. Like, I don't have enough reach to counteract any of you guys when it comes to AMD. Like, I just don't. And that's cool. That's fine. Like, I don't care. I make the content that I want to make, and I have fun doing it. So, yeah, guys, I would like to see, I personally would like to see better representation of AMD out there, because they do make incredible products that 100% blew me away and made me happy. As a paying customer, I think AMD is a much better overall user experience than what you get from NVIDIA. I do, and I stand by that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to covering this 5070 Ti and this 9070 XT, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. So, all right, my friends, if you like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything you'd like me to change, or yeah. See you guys.